when Kuro's life fell apart, he didn't scream. He didn't post about it. He didn't call 10 friends to vent. He just sat there in the dark and let everything collapse in silence. People think discipline is born in the gym, in a new planner, in some morning routine they copy from a YouTuber. They're wrong. Kuro's discipline was born in ruin. This is how he stayed disciplined. When his whole life fell apart, this is the protocol of ruin. The first thing Kuro did was nothing. No revenge. No arguments. No desperate texts. No, please come back. He went silent. Not the weak kind of silence, where you're dying for them to notice. The weaponized kind, where you cut off every source of noise. That keeps you weak. He stopped explaining himself. He stopped checking his phone. He stopped defending his side of the story. In his head 1,000 times a day, he let people think he'd lost. Because he understood something. In chaos, the loud ones lose first. The one who reacts fastest is the one who bleeds first. So Kuro created distance. Between the event and his reaction. Between the pain and his next move. He gave himself time to become dangerous again. Every time his brain screamed, say something, do something, prove something, he did the opposite. He shut up. He breathed. He watched. That was his first rule in ruin. If it's not a move that makes me stronger, I don't make it. Weaponized silence. Impulse control. No more emotional flinching. Silence stops the bleeding. But it doesn't rebuild the body. So Kuro started small. Insultingly small. When you lose everything, your brain wants to fix everything in one day. That's how you fail. Push-ups. Even if it's only 5. No negotiation. He didn't care if it looked pathetic. He cared that it was non-negotiable. Because the brain that just lost everything doesn't trust big plans anymore. It only trusts what actually happens. Every day. So he made his habits too small to fail and too consistent to ignore. He ate the same basic meals. He wore the same dark hoodie. He removed decisions until his day was just do the habit or break your word to yourself. There was no motivation, only protocol. This was his second rule in ruin. I don't rise to the level of my goals. I fall to the level of my habits. And his habits were becoming a fortress. Brick by brick, he was building a version of himself that could walk through hell and not break. But there was still a problem. Some mornings, Kuro woke up and felt nothing. No rage to fuel him. No hope to comfort him. Just emptiness. If discipline depends on how you feel, you're finished. So Kuro stopped asking, do I feel like it? He started asking, who am I? Even when I feel nothing. He realized, before the breakup, before the betrayal, before everything collapsed, he had built his identity. Around people, outcomes, and approval. Now, all of that was gone. So he chose something they couldn't touch. I am the kind of man who shows up for his protocol, no matter what. Not when I'm inspired. Not when life is stable. Not when they believe in me. No. Even when he was humiliated, even when he was alone, even when no one would ever see the work. He did the push-ups. He read the pages. He kept the silence. Not because it felt good, but because that's who he decided to be, in the ruins. That was his third rule. My actions are married to my identity, not my emotions. You can break his heart. You can destroy his plans. You can leave him with nothing, but you cannot make him break protocol. People look at Kuro now and think he's strong because he never fell apart. They're wrong. He's strong because he fell apart and refused to stay there. He didn't escape the darkness. He learned to operate inside it. Weaponized silence. Micro habits as a fortress. Identity over emotion. That is how Kuro stayed disciplined when his whole life fell apart. Not by feeling better,